Menomonee Falls Jr. Marin Olson. We also ask that you remain standing afterwards until the colors have been retired and that announcement is made to be seated. Thank you.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleam, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we won, were so gallantly streamed, and the rockets regular, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the
Ladies and gentlemen, Miss Marin Olson. And please continue to stand until our state and national colors have been retired. Thank you.
Hello, football fans, and welcome to Menomonee Falls High School. You're watching Falls Cable Access Spectrum Channel 14. We're coming to you live on YouTube with our coverage of tonight's varsity matchup between the Huskies of West Allis Hale and the Menomonee Falls Phoenix. I am Marlon Hestetune, and since it is homecoming here at Menomonee Falls High School, it is only appropriate I have someone with me tonight. I am joined tonight by Mr. Jerry Mislang on the call. Jerry.
I don't want to say I'm a 6th grade graduate. As you turned in there, that was junior Marin Olson singing the national anthem for us, and the police department presented the colors. But I'm excited to be here, Marlon. I've done a lot of sports, but I've never done a football game, and started out by not having my microphone on. So it should be all downhill from here.
Can only go up, right, Jerry? That's what our plans are and our hopes, especially for this Falls team. Falls led by head coach Dan Lutz, coming into tonight's game at 1-7 overall and 1-4 in conference. Their only victory is, by the way, a forfeit this year from the West Allis Central team not being able to field a varsity roster. They're a young team, but have shown some signs of real growth in the last few weeks. Close losses to Appleton West and actually the number 6 ranked Sussex Hamilton, and a loss to a really good Brookfield East squad last week where the Falls hung around all game and put a lot of points on the board.
Well, they've had some bad luck. They've been snake bit. One game they had a couple bad snaps. Another game, a couple penalties that were crucial. And if they can eliminate those and come back here, they got a 2-game season left. They've got homecoming tonight, which could be huge if you win that. And next week they can be a deciding factor playing Brookfield Central. So it's all in front of them right now. I'll turn it over here for the kickoff, Marlon.
We are set to kick off. Kicking off for Hale, number 32, Aiden Martin. Short kickoff, kept it on the ground.
What'll happen is they'll put the ball at the 35. Running the clock tonight is Menomonee Falls graduate Rick Cole, class of 1970. Rick played football on this field at one point in time, but he's working the clock tonight, his first varsity game, and we wish him luck, because he's going to need it.
I have ran that clock for games like this, and you are 100% correct. He is going to need it. All right, so the Falls starts off after the out-of-bounds kick at their own 35. Number 17, Wilson Kirshner under center. His first handoff goes to number 42, Jake Grenier. Short gain on first down.
Going to your point, Marlon, about having young players, Kirshner is a sophomore quarterback. So it is, really is getting baptism by fire here this year. Carson Mack, our starting quarterback, went down, and he's filled in very good and gotten better every game.
Yeah, I've seen that, and that's a great point, and it's really interesting to watch that, and really it bodes well for the team in upcoming years, right? If you have that sophomore level talent that's good enough to play at the varsity level and they can grow throughout the year.
Well, we've got 60 minutes of football here. We'll get into the depth and growth as we go through the game here.
Second down, Kirshner airs it out for number 12, Evan Redding.
Oh, my gosh.
Off of Redding's fingertips.
Kirshner's pass ball is incomplete, intended for Evan Redding.
Don't see that too often. Mr. Redding, pretty sure-handed and a really, really good high school receiver.
You don't see the drop very often. What you do see is the triple team. And he was triple teamed. He got behind him. And we'll probably see that play again, don't you think, Marlon?
You would have to. You're right on the triple team. The games that I've covered this year, everybody knew the main person to get the ball in the passing game was going to be number 12, Evan Redding, for
He
the
is
Falls.
at least double teamed, if not triple teamed. And they tried him in a Wildcat. And at that point, now you got all 11 players after him. So the Wildcat didn't work so well either.
He's an exciting athlete, and I believe he's a preferred walk-on candidate at Minnesota.
That's correct.
Kirshner dropping back, trying to find someone, but big pressure from the Huskies. Intended for number 44, Adam Beck. Incomplete. Fourth down early on the first drive.
I've done every home game here either as a spotter or as an announcer, and Kirshner has got sacked multiple times on plays like that without throwing it away. That is growth right there. That's getting better right there, right before our very eyes, throwing the ball out of bounds. Nice play, saved us at least 10 to 15 yards.
And whatever else could happen, right? You get hit as a quarterback, there's fumbles, there's lots of opportunities.
Back to the Huskies in return position, number 7, Marquise Raffle, and 33, Rylan Bradford.
Oh, here we go.
Takes a bit of a Falls bounce on that kick. Picked up
Let's
by
see
number
what's
3.
going to happen here.
All right, referees are saying
First punt is out inside the 15-yard line.
no touch by the Huskies. The Falls, I think, felt that there might have been a fingertip or something on it from the Husky player, but
You know, I don't know the exact definition of a muff play. They could have called that a muff because he never had possession. He just touched it. But here we go, Marlon. A ball goes over to the Huskies. Ball's down on the 22-yard line.
when Hale comes in on offense, we're going to look at number 9, Ty Clark, has been their main quarterback throughout the season. He's got most of the pass attempts. Clark comes in 81 of 125, almost 1,000 yards this year, 987 yards, 6 touchdowns, but he balances that off with 6 interceptions.
This is my first game. This is great camera work right here. I love this right here.
Penalty flags on the field.
A little bit of laundry. We'll see who they...
Phoenix.
Little anxious there for the Phoenix.
We do have 9 sophomores, and I think every one of them either start or get significant playing time. One of them here is right in the middle. That's number 73, Steven Scott. He's one big dude and very athletic and light on his feet. Number 73, Steven Scott.
We'll keep an eye on him.
Oh!
Nice tackle.
Clark's pass is complete.
Clark's pass
Reese
completed.
McGowan.
Reese McGowan, number 13, the receiver on that, makes the
Tackle
catch.
falls by Sam Mylan.
Pickup of 3. Sam Mylan's getting active here. He was the one who tried to return the punt for a touchdown and makes a nice stop and tackle there on that play.
Yeah, that looked like a textbook tackle, Marlon, the way you wrapped him up and took him down. Sam's not a big guy. Sam is 125 pounds. When was the last time you were 125 pounds, Marlon?
When I was 6.
Well, me too.
Give here off tackle.
Unholt's the ball
Quite
carrier.
see the. Couldn't see who they were giving to. Number 26. Number 26 for the Huskies, Zach Drake
Brought
Unholtz.
down by Connor Desco.
Unholtz getting the start here tonight, which is interesting because
Carries good for a
number
first
27,
down.
Toby Sayeg, is actually their leading rusher and their leading receiver on the team.
Wow.
So for them to have a second running back in right now, not sure if there's
one of these dinged up or
right.
maybe equipment malfunction. Oh, little duck there.
Penalty flags fly.
Wide receiver moved.
Looks like they caught number 5, Cole Vahovic, on that one. When they do throw the ball, again, Toby Sayeg, the running back, he's tied in catches on the team and leads in yardage. Also look for number 2, Lucas Collings.
Penalty pushes the ball back to the
He's their second leading receiver, coming in with 25 catches, almost 280 yards, a couple TDs. He's lined up in the slot right now. Big kid. And there the pass is intended for him. but he is dropped immediately. Pass is complete.
Clark's
Pickup
pass
of 2.
complete to Lucas Collins.
Sam Million's
Covered up by
active
Sam
tonight.
Martin.
Very active. Last night I did the announcing for the freshman game, and Hale passed, I'll bet you, 2/3 of the time. And usually your program you try to mirror from freshman, junior varsity, varsity. So it wouldn't surprise me to we see at least half the plays are pass plays tonight. So it's imperative for our defense to step up, defensive line put pressure on, linebackers contain, and the defensive backs to cover.
Clark sets up in the shotgun. The man in the backfield with him. Clark rolling out. Trying to find an open receiver. His pass intended along the sidelines. Looks like to number 13, Reese McGowan on that one. Incomplete. That's going to bring up 3rd and long. 3rd and 12 or 13, I guess. Depending on.
There was a case where he got around the end, but the linebacker forced him to go back a couple more steps. And at that point, it was a little more trouble for him, so it worked out well.
Good coverage. They had the receiver bracketed there nicely. He did the falls.
I just see coming up the stairs, we don't have a shot of him, is Jim Becker. Jim Becker played football here in the Falls. I believe he graduated in 71 or 72, but he was at North. Jim Becker and his wife.
Homecoming game will bring in lots of folks. Big rush there from the Falls.
Whoa!
Tyler Clark on the keeper.
Big rush and big finish there. What do we got there?
Well, maybe he picked it up from...
Hit hard by Evan Redding.
Oh, Evan Redding,
making
number
the
12.
stop
Yep.
there.
And your point before, you said he's a preferred walk-on. He has a preferred... Oh, here we go. They're going for it.
Yep.
Or maybe trying to draw us off. We'll see.
Clark on the keep and just right up the middle.
Oh,
Ball might have came out. Okay, they're calling him down.
Oh, ref's calling it down, so...
Pick up a 5 on that. Makes it 1st and 10 for the Huskies. So Hale comes into this game 3-4 overall, 2-3 in the conference. They're 4th in the conference, but there's a big drop from 3rd to 4th in terms of record. I mean, you got the Brookfields and Sussex at the top, and then you got Hale sitting at 4th place. But really, their goal right now is to get that 4th overall win so that they can qualify for the playoffs. They've got 2 weeks. I think they've probably, to really have a good shot, have to win both weeks. Oh.
Whoa.
Clark's pass intended for number 5, Cole Vahovic.
Intended for Vahovic. Broken up.
Had a little zip on that ball.
Sam Islands again on the play. Also see number 44 is out there for us, and that is Adam Beck. Adam Beck, there's been a lot of Becks here in the Falls. His brother was a good baseball player, and sister was a really good basketball player. So the Beck family is his last home game. Mom, Julia, will be missed around here.
She can still come to games, right?
Oh, that's correct. We won't stop her there.
Clark with the little pitch.
Well, I didn't see what happened, Marlon, but the coaches next door are going livid over something on that play. There's something they didn't like.
Pitch out to Drake Unholtz, Zach Drake Unholtz, number 26 for the Huskies. Picked up 6 on the play. Yeah, the coaches appeared to think that one of the lead blockers may have held the defender a little bit on that one.
Well, here we go now. We got a hold him here, Marlon.
Yeah.
Looks closer to 3rd and 5 than 3rd and 4, but got to stop him here. Going around the outside and up the middle.
Clark keeps up the middle.
Looks like he's going to be short. Pick up about 3 on that one, I'd say. So it brings up 4th and 1.5 here.
Ball's tackled by Jake Grenier.
Now they went for it in their own territory.
You got to think they're going
I'm
for it
thinking
again.
midfield they will go for it, right? Time for the Falls to step up.
Falls defense needs to dig in here. Cover well and get some pressure here on Clark.
Well,
Clark just turns his back into the line and falls backwards. Picks up 3.
Very good for a Hale first down.
I'm just going to look at the size of their offensive linemen. 65 is 210. 67, 315. They got some big guys up there. 255, 240, 285. They got some beef in that middle. And we're going to have to either pack it in or bring linebackers up on these short yardage situations.
Yeah, and looking at the Falls sideline, one big problem, number 7, Amon Brua, who's actually our leading tackler on defense, and he is not there tonight. He's got, looks like a walking cast on.
Oh.
Nice play there by number 34, Cam Stevens, coming up, making the hit, dropping him for a short loss. Carry again by number 26, Zach Drake
Down to the
Unholtz.
Falls by Jake Grenier.
Now, Jake Grenier, they just mentioned his name, is also big on the tackle. Jake Grenier is one of our sophomores. There's 9 there, and I said most of them play. Nino Byer's a big dude, so is Stephen Scott III, and I'm sure we'll get to the other ones as we go along.
Always exciting on the down years, though, when you can see potential in the youth.
Oh, yeah.
That's it.
Oh, yeah.
So Ty Clark with 2 in the backfield. Oh, they
They
are.
got four outside.
They are.
What is this?
Oh,
there
put
you
the
go.
ball on the ground, but
Oh,
Clark finds his
my
own
gosh.
fumble, and that is turning lemons into lemonade, I tell you what.
Oh, that is something. You can't
Tyler
have
Clark
that.
the ball carrier.
You know, Marlon, when you're struggling, those are the kind of things that just kill you, those kind of
Pickup of
plays.
about 27
Yeah.
on that
Ball
fumbled
down by
ball.
Evan Redding.
Wow. What a difference.
That was unfortunate for the Phoenix.
I said it earlier in the broadcast, they're snake bit. They just can't get that break or catch a break. Now, it's early in the game. Although this drive has gone for 7 minutes, over 7 minutes.
Yeah, we're 4:47 here in the 4:47 left in the first quarter. Again, you are watching Falls Cable Access. I'm Marlon Hestetune, joined by Jerry Mislang, Spectrum Channel 14, and hopefully you're watching us live on YouTube tonight. This is interesting, going with the
What,
three linemen.
Three
and
linemen again.
splitting everybody out wide, trying to really confuse us here. Clark keeps, rolls out to throw. Oh. Pass complete to number 2, Lucas Collings. Falls defenders seem to knock each other off that route there, Jerry.
Yeah. I think we're confused.
Brought down by Sam Mylan.
Not a coach, but maybe it's a time to take a timeout. If they come out for the 3rd time in this, maybe make some kind of an adjustment. But they seem to be confused by, well, you never see it.
Right.
You never practice against it, and they come out in it. So now they're going back to 3 men again. Oh no, they're moving some guys in, but
Yeah,
they're
more traditional,
stacked
but still,
right. Looks like they got
3 wideouts, 2 at the top,
Yeah.
1 down underneath.
And there's a touchdown.
Pass is complete,
to Lucas Collins.
and they don't see anything yellow on the field. So that touchdown by Lucas Collins at 3:46 in the first quarter. First blood going to the Huskies, 6-0 with some sort of extra point attempt upcoming. Looks like they will go for the kick for the extra point. Number 32, Aiden Lipianka, on to attempt the extra point here for the Huskies. Bianca's kick is up. The refs like it. That makes it 7-0 Huskies.
You know, look at what do we learn from the first drive from both teams. Menomonee Falls had a good first play, wide open, didn't complete. They come out, they have not been afraid to go for on 4th down. When they get deeper in our territory, they're running like 3 offensive linemen, 4 guys split one way, a half some guys split the other way. So they're really mixing it up. They're not afraid to go for on 4th down, and our tackling can be better. Let's put it that way. We can be better.
Could be better. Could be better. And the one almost fumble-rooski by the quarterback, Evan Redding, I think, rode the back of the quarterback for 5 to 7 yards before they finally were able to get him down.
And let's talk about Evan a little bit. You mentioned he's a preferred walk-on in Minnesota, which his brother is also there.
Correct.
His
Brother Quentin
Redding
graduate last year from the Falls?
last year, correct.
Yeah,
right.
so the back-to-back
Yeah,
years.
He's a playmaker. I mean, he would touch the ball, he was going.
Let's have one more great welcome for the North Middle School dance team.
Yeah, both of them incredible athletes.
A story about Quentin Redding, one time Jim Otzelberger was back, and he was getting just hammered on these punts. And Jim Otzelberger says, you know, you can call for a fair catch. And he turned to Otzelberger and he goes, this hand never goes up. So, tough guy.
And another kick out of bounds. Maybe that's their set play. I'm not sure.
No, that's to keep the ball away from Evan Redding.
Yeah,
They don't want him to touch it.
Nope. Triple team him when he's on the field on offense and
5-yard line.
keep the ball away from him on the kicking game.
Now I'm seeing here there's number 73 on your screen. That's Stephen Scott. He is playing both ways. 75 is TJ Gresham. He's a senior. Nino Byer, like I said, we've got a lot of young players. And the thing is, our senior starters, we graduated 24 seniors. This is a lot like the first year on varsity for some of these seniors. So here we go.
Kirshner going up top. That time he doesn't miss. Evan Redding, 65 yards. Menomonee Falls, touchdown.
Evan Redding has reservations for 6.
65 yards on the touchdown pass.
That was a great play, and they obviously coming out throwing that same route just opposite side of the field right away twice. They see something, I think.
You've got players, you've got execution, you got good coaching. The coaches have seen something on film that they like. And Marlon, like we said on first time, we're going to see that play again. We did. It was just on the opposite side.
Faster than
It's
I
a mirror
thought.
image. Now, talk about our kicker, Aiden Martin.
Yeah, Aiden Martin. Aiden Martin, senior kicker here for Menomonee Falls High School. Also, senior captain of the boys soccer team. Mr. Martin's kick is up, and it is good. We'll be seeing more from Martin as the night goes on, but he has plenty of leg to help us out in this situation. You know what? What's great to see on both of the pass attempts to Evan Redding is that Kirshner put it on him both times.
Yes, he has. It's right there.
Both passes were right where they needed to be,
I
in
said-
stride, in the hand.
Those two, and he's throwing the ball away instead of getting sacked, which is impressive. It's showing maturity and coming along. Well, that was sweet. Aiden Martin, now, let's talk about him real quick. Marlon, maybe folks will know, but you're a soccer announcer. And they had a game the other night against Sussex Hamilton.
Yes.
And I understand he had the hat trick.
He had the hat trick in the first half. Aiden Martin on the soccer field is an assassin. That's all I can say. I have watched him this year. The game before the Sussex-Hamilton game, he won the game with 6 seconds on the clock from a free kick about 15 yards outside of the goalie box, the 18-yard box. And then against Sussex, he had a penalty kick for a goal. He had another free kick from outside the box. And then he had one where he just made the play happen himself. Here he is set to kick off.
Let's see if they can make it get a touchback out of this.
I haven't seen him miss a touchback yet.
Well, that's way out there. Oh, very deep. That would have gone in, but he had to be standing there.
Kickoff taken by the Huskies, number 33, Rylan Bradford. Bradford brings it back. See where they mark it here. Nice return from him because he took that kick almost at the goal line.
So on this homecoming game at 7-7, we've got 3:30 left here in the first quarter. I want to thank our cable access crew. They were out here. I drove by at 3:30, and they were set up already and ready to go, and looks like they're well prepared tonight. Marlon, we only work with the best.
That's right.
If they're not the best, we ain't working with these guys.
That's why they pay us the big dollars, Jerry.
Trying to get Robert to laugh over there, but he's just grinning is all he's doing. We got Sean outside. He's catching all the action, too.
So the Huskies' second drive. Oh, hello and welcome to the tackle. That was a bit of an excuse me tackle there by the Falls, but we'll take it as it was a loss on the play.
Tackle by Jake Grenier.
Drake Unholtz
Last
taking the carry.
two guys got up were 52 and 54. 52 is Bryce Taylor. 54 is Connor Dresco.
Kyle Cook. Number 54, Sisuk Rajabong. Number 65, Ethan Stab. And number 83 is unlisted.
That was actually a great play there by Grenier. He had pushed his offensive lineman all the way back into the backfield and was able to just come off and make that tackle. Here's Clark on second down.
Oh, nice play.
Pumps left, goes right. Pickup of 20. First down Huskies on that one. Pass caught by number 2, Lucas Collins.
My impression there, Marlon, that they've scouted us well, too.
Yeah, absolutely.
That they seem there's plays they like. Penalty flag on the play, though.
See if we can bring this one back.
Penalty flags on the field.
I like watching them walking towards Appleton Avenue. That's a good sign.
That tells me that this, as Mr. Official just told us, and you could hear the voice of Luke Langer, our field announcer tonight, telling us that it is indeed holding on West Allis Hale here tonight.
I did the game last night. Rick was I didn't have a spotter. and we thought it was holding, and some mother yelled, "It's a block in the back." She goes, so
Parents always know best.
10,
we
15-yard line.
we offered her a contract, so we'll see what happens.
Big loss on the play there for the
That's
Huskies.
9-yard line.
Clark able to eat
Clark keeps around the right
most of
side.
it right back up. Boy,
Knocked out of bounds by Cam Stevens.
20-yard gain there for Clark. Brings it back up to be.
Pressure up the middle, but you got to hold the edge.
Yeah.
And you're getting around the corners, and then you're in the safety and defensive back
Ball lies on the
territory.
Husky 30-yard line.
Got to keep them in the from getting around that corner.
3rd and 3.
So Clark on that scramble, I was a little off, picks up 19 on the play, sets up 3rd and 3 from their own 30-yard line. We'll see if the Falls can make a stand here and try to get this ball back. Drake Unholtz on the carry,
Unholtz on the carry.
off left guard, and looks like he got himself enough for another Husky first down here.
It's like Connor
Connor
Jesco
Jesco.
and Bryce Taylor were in there.
1st and 10 from the Husky 33-yard line.
There's two things we're going to have to address here, Marlon. That's number one, not letting them get around the corner, and number two, powering up the middle. And every time they've gone up the middle, they've rattled off at least 4 or 5 yards.
Yeah,
That-
and it's
that can't happen.
on all the key downs too. Every
Yep.
time they've needed
Yep.
those yards, they've been there.
Clark's pass ball is incomplete.
Oh, you got to
Big
wonder
pressure
about
there.
our defense, Marlon. When you look at it, there's 2 minutes left on the clock, and we've run 4
Yep.
plays. 4 offensive plays without not including the punts.
Coverage for Menomonee Falls by Cam Stevens.
That defense has been out there a long time now. You can say the offense has been out there too, but
Doesn't seem to work though in the defense's favor when they're out there.
it doesn't.
Connor Jesco, I think, got a little bit fortunate on that one. He had big pressure there on Clark on that last play and put the hit on him. Sort of felt a little bit after he had let the ball go there. So I think Falls might have gotten a break on that one. 2nd and 10. Clark rolls to his right. His favorite target so far, number 2, Lucas Collins.
The Collins
Complete.
stop made by
Pick 'em
Evan
off.
Redding.
Pick up a
Evan Redding
4 on
was
the
right
play.
on him now. Now's the spot we got to hold them here.
Yeah. This is 3rd and long. We got to.
We don't want a 4th and 2.
And yeah, they've shown they're willing to go for it on 4th down. So
Yeah.
let's make it 4th and long. Let's get a stop here. Let's hold them to minimal yards.
3rd and 6. On the 37.
Clark back to throw.
Yep. Yeah, it was good pressure.
That was nice pressure.
Didn't get around the corner. They had pressured him. He had to throw it.
Incomplete.
And let's see if they're bringing in a kicking team. I see one guy going on. I see 2 guys coming on.
Los Allis Hale faces
Jake
4th
Grenier
down.
with the pressure there for the Falls, which looked really good. Made Clark make a quick
At their own
decision.
37-yard line.
I think the punter is going to be Aiden LaPlanca. I just caught that. And we all know Evan Redding is deep.
He's handled the kicking duties so far, so see if
Evan
we can
Redding
keep
back
this one
for
in
Menomonee
bounds.
Falls.
Penalty
No
flag.
on the field.
All right, that one falls in Falls' favor. A lot of falls in that sentence. Move the Huskies back 5 yards, making it 4th and 11 now for the Huskies.
You know, I was a little worried there, Marlon. It had been 4th and 1 otherwise, and that was not a good sign. But this is good, 4th and 11.
Huskies. Penalty pushes the ball back to the 32-yard line.
101 left here. Huskies about to punt for the first time tonight.
Well,
LaPianca punts for the Huskies.
Hayden LaPianca set to kick it away, and
it's coming towards us, Marlon.
I think I can get it. No, a little short.
That's a little short. But the Falls will start in Husky territory.
They're in plus territory there. They are on their side of the 50.
In Husky territory, Menomonee Falls begins this drive 1st down and 10 at the 47-yard line.
Yeah, as you heard Mr. Langer say, 1st and 10 from the Huskies, 47-yard line.
So what do you think in the first 3 plays we're going to see that deep pass again?
if Evan Redding is not quintuple covered on this play, I would be surprised.
That's true. And he's down. Is he on the bottom of our screen? I think, yeah.
Oh,
he's on the bottom
look,
of our
they
screen.
appear to have a single coverage because they've got a ton in the box right now, and there's no safety over the top. Oh, my goodness.
Jake Grenier.
Jake Grenier getting the first few carries here for the Falls, number 42.
Tackle for the Huskies made by Owen Lytle.
And like you said, it's normally Amon Brua, and he has
Before
been on
him
the field
was Joseph Cook, who
Yep. He's another. I think he's also a sophomore. I'd have to double check on that.
he went out 2 weeks ago in the last home game after the first series and never came back in. And I haven't heard if he's injured. I don't see him on the sideline tonight.
There it is. There it is. Yeah, keep
Evan
going.
Redding.
There it is.
Oh, Evan Redding will not be denied. No flags on the field. Menomonee Falls. Touchdown.
Beautiful play once again. That one wasn't as open. He had to fight for it. But, well, you said if he wasn't triple team, he was only double team, and that's why he scored.
13 seconds left. The Falls hit the end zone again. Aiden Martin on to attempt the extra point. Try to push the lead up to 7 here in the first quarter.
And we've actually got a sophomore holder. Ty Sislevich is the holder. It's always a key spot. Nice snap. Good kick. We're good.
Refs like it.
Aiden Martin.
Aiden Martin
Also, Menomonee Falls 14.
completes the extra point. So with 13 seconds remaining here in the first quarter, your score, Menomonee Falls 14. West Allis Nathan Hale 7 on this homecoming here at Menomonee Falls High School.
What did we run, Marlon? Like 7 or 8 plays?
Well, 3, 1,
1,
2,
2. Okay, so
6.
6 plays we've run.
You got to count the punt. Well,
No,
I guess
we don't. You don't
no,
count the punts.
6 plays, 14 points. That's a pretty good point per play average.
Yeah,
isn't it?
right. Yeah, I would say. Good scouting, but I tell you, Kirshner's looked good at quarterback. Once again, he's a sophomore.
All 3 of those passes to Redding, the one that was dropped,
Yes.
the 2 touchdowns, were on the money.
Yeah, I agree with you. Like I said, we're just ready to finish the first quarter. It's a beautiful night here in Menomonee Falls. Just perfect for homecoming.
The weather definitely cleared up. We were rainy and humid all day yesterday and this morning, but that's broken, and it is a little warm for October, but we'll take it. Aiden Martin set to kick off. Trio of Huskies receivers set deep. Martin trying to put a charge into it, and this one will make the end zone for a touchback. Huskies will start at their own 25-yard line. 13 seconds to go in the first quarter, and you are watching Falls Cable Access here, Menomonee Falls on Spectrum Channel 14. Hopefully you're watching us live tonight on YouTube. You can also find the videos a couple days afterwards posted on the Falls Cable Access website. So hope you're enjoying yourself tonight. I am Marlon Hestetune, joined by Mr. Jerry Mislang. And we are here at Menomonee Falls High School for homecoming. Menomonee Falls Phoenix versus the West Allis Nathan Hale Huskies.
And I imagine most of our viewers are happy. The Brewers knocked off the Braves today, 2-1 for a 1-0 lead in the series, baseball series. Playoffs. National League.
You know, that thing.
Yeah, that thing.
A little bit of a flea flicker here.
Don't let him get
Clark
around the
gets it
edge.
Tyler Clark's pass is complete to Lucas Collins.
Lucas Collins, definitely the favorite receiver here of Ty Clark.
Now, Lucas is 6'4", 210. Big target. He's a senior. And like I said, it's definitely a big target for Clark. Clark is a big guy himself. He's 6'1", 170. So they've got some size there.
Some size and some athleticism among those big guys. Clark has shown the ability to run well with the ball, and Collins has done things after the catch and in traffic.
Oh, there we go.
For Collins.
Oh.
But he is
smothered.
trapped in the backfield and swamped by the Phoenix there. Loss on the play as the horn
Dropped in the backfield by Brian
goes off for the end of the
Taylor.
first quarter. Loss of, let's see where they're spotting this one.
That's the end
Loss
of
of
our
about
first quarter.
7,
Score,
8.
Phoenix
Loss of 8 on that
14.
play. It'd be
Huskies 7. Take it away, Pep Band.
Well, it's we learned a lot here so far. Falls is big plays. They got guys open. You know what they want to do. And the Huskies going for it on 4th down. Part of it is don't punt up running, so go for it. And then when they got in our territory, going to the odd fronts, a 3-man front, a 4-man front, overloaded on one side, things that we can prepare for at halftime, so we can cover.
Some of those formations straight out of feel-good underdog movie of some sort, with some wacky plan by a coach to win the big game. It was crazy on that first drive by them. As you were saying, 3-man fronts, 2-man fronts, 4-man fronts.
Yeah, it was a variety of everything. And
yeah.
We didn't know where the ball was going, and you're a kid on the field. In fact, in one play, they kind of ran into each other, and the guy was able to get loose from the Huskies. I do want to talk about once again, we've got a young team, young in a way that we've got sophomores, and our seniors. Since we graduated 24, a lot of these guys who were juniors last year didn't get playing time. So now they're coming out, and really they're first-year varsity players as seniors, which means we should be getting better and should be eliminating mistakes, and they are. They play pretty much error-free football. What's killing them is they're getting around the corners. I think we went, was it 2nd and 22 to 3rd and 3?
Right.
You can't be doing that. That can't happen.
Can't give those big chunks up when you have the offense on their heels. When you're playing somebody and you've got them pushed back, you gotta step on their throat. Clark on the keep off the right side.
On the corner.
Slips a little bit.
Parker on the right side. Stopped by Cam Stevens.
Once again, if you're just tuning in, that's Menomonee Falls in the Burgundy team on your right, and West Allis Hale Huskies on your left. Good shot of our bench. Well, there's Almon Brewer, see him right down there. Number 7, he's on crutches. Got a little hat on.
Leading tackler and one of the leading non-quarterback rushers.
Yes, I agree.
7.
All right, here we go.
And that's a big loss for this defense because Brewer filled a lot of holes from that middle linebacker
he was very
spot.
active.
3rd and 7 here for the Huskies. Ty Clark brings him up to the line of scrimmage. Rolling to his left.
Around the corner.
Big pressure, big pursuit.
Good defense. They were covered up there, Marlon.
Pass ball's incomplete.
Yeah, the Falls did a nice job. Clark's pass intended for number 2, Lucas Collins. He's been the favorite target all night long, and to have him bracketed like that was just great defense by the Falls there to bring an end, hopefully, to this series. 4th and long. We'll see if we see the punt team.
I would expect this punt to go out of bounds. I don't think they'll take a chance punting it to Reading.
Lepianka is on the field. He's handled all the kicking duties so far. Evan Redding deep. We'll see if they kick the ball anywhere near him on this one. Lepianka takes the wide side of the field.
Good field position for us.
Yeah, that was only about an 18-yard punt when
they have no intention of kicking that ball to him.
1st and 10.
Again, we're almost immediately into plus territory.
Yep. They flipped the field pretty well here.
Yeah, set up at the 46.
I mean, remember, they got the ball at the 20, and that's really only 36 yards from there, so we're in great shape. Now I'd like to see them, well, I'm not going to say don't score right away, but take some time and let that defense rest a little bit.
Yeah, let's see what the Falls... Actually, I'm more interested to see what the Huskies do here, because at what point would you...
Kirshner, nice little run.
Kirshner on the keep. That's a good 1st down run. Sets them up to be able to do just about anything on the 2nd down play.
Well, once again, Wilson Kirshner, it's number 17, 5'10", 165 sophomore.
Pick up a 6 on that carry. Brings up 2nd and 4 from the Huskies' 48-yard line.
2nd and 4, Miami Falls.
Yeah, Wilson had to step in. Carson Mack, I believe, is out for the year. He's been out most of the season. Would have been the starting quarterback. Good player, good kid. What to say, the breaks of the game,
Kirshner again on the keep. Finds a hole makes a nice move, little spin.
Yes.
Pick up of 13 on that one, and Menomonee Falls, 1st down.
Let's take a look there. Using his blocks, he did a really good job here.
I was thinking about it, Jerry. It's 14-7, 10-12 left in the 2nd quarter, and that's Menomonee Falls' first down, and they put 14 offensive points on the board.
73, Steven Scott.
That's a good point.
74, Cole Barassa. And 75, T.J. Grasham.
Kirshner has shown he can run the ball, and actually at the moment he is the leading rusher.
Oh, there we
That
go.
time, there's a big hole
Kelly Grenier.
over the left side, number 42, Jake Grenier. Nice
Grenier.
carry there by Grenier.
Brought down by Sterich.
I say Kelly Grenier at the Optus meeting. He's a baseball player. He came in the meeting and talked about himself. In fact, they finished state semifinalists in baseball last year. What do you think, Marlon? Keep doing what's working, right?
At this point in time, I like the sound of tick, 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 tick.
Oh, big hole.
Kirshner,
Oh,
Kirshner on the keeper. Upright tackle.
Nice play by number 26, Zach Drake Unholtz, who's been the leading rusher so far, or
Yep.
at least in terms of carries, the leading rusher for the Huskies. Able to come off his block and trip Kirshner up there, but still,
got a big chunk.
5 yards on first down, nothing to sneeze at. That's a great start to the series. So 2nd and 5 for Menomonee Falls at the Hale 13-yard line. Let's see what they can do here. A lot of options, a lot of things to do. Lining up with a loaded backfield. Looks like they're all going to put their hats on somebody and let Kirshner take the ball himself.
No, they've been able to push the line back of the Huskies. Standing them up and pushing them back. It hasn't been a lot of penetration.
No, not at
Throws the
all.
ball to the 11-yard line. 3rd and 3.
So 3rd and 3 for the Phoenix here from the Husky 11-yard line.
I got to believe this is 2-down territory.
Oh, it
when
has
you
to be.
when you're winless and you're knocking on the door.
And you're a team that hasn't outright won a game this year,
Yeah.
you know. Grenier on the handoff. Takes out the middle. Oh, Grenier
There he
finds
is.
a hole, breaks his way through.
Grenier!
No flags on the field. Menomonee Falls. Touchdown! Jake Grenier, 11 yards out.
I like to see plays between the tackles. He used his blocks. He took his time with and going off left tackle. Let's give credit on that drive to the offensive line. Offensive line were moving people and opening holes. And we don't go anywhere if that offensive line doesn't do their jobs.
No, that was a great series for the line. Aiden Martin on to attempt the extra point. Owen Touchus for the snap. Martin's kick is up, and it is good.
Well, you take a look at that offensive line and Evan Redding, it's a classic case of thunder and lightning.
Hey, they have completely, I think, confounded the Husky defense and defensive coordinator, right? Because they went over the top, over the top, over the top, and now they just jammed it down their throat. So
I
what
agree.
are you going to do? Are you going to put 10 in the box and stop the prototypical Menomonee Falls offense? Or are you going to triple cover Evan Redding? And
That's a good point because you got to pick your poison, right?
Yep. And you know what? And if you're going to keep running Redding deep and they're going to triple cover him, well, number 9, Owen Touchus, has a lot of catches this year and can do some damage underneath. And if they're going to start opening that up, there's the offense is clicking right now, Jerry, and this is really cool to see and very interesting. That's a good look. Bobby Regent Smith did his homework this week.
Yeah, he did. It's,
by ordering tickets for all Falls Athletics ahead of time.
if you look down on your screen, our number 87 on crutches, that's Kip Baker. Any Falls residents for a long time. John Baker was head coach at one time. That's his son. He just had ACL surgery. He'll miss basketball and track, but he'll be back bigger and stronger next year. Number 87, sophomore, Kip Baker.
Aiden Martin set to kick off. Trio of deep men for the Huskies. Martin's kick on a line, going to find the end zone. Touchback. Once again, Huskies will set up shop at the 20-yard line. 1st and 10 for the Huskies.
That's demoralizing for a team, because only kick it to about the 10-yard line. You get 15, 20 yards, you're in good shape. So it's a little tougher now. So
yeah, having somebody that can put that kind of a leg into it for the Falls consistently on every kickoff in high school is such a weapon. So 8:21 to go here in the second quarter. We're closing in on halftime, and your score: Menomonee Falls 21, West Allis Nathan Hale 7. Homecoming here at Menomonee Falls High School, and the Phoenix are laying it on the Huskies here in the first half.
once again, they're going back to their three-man
here
line.
we go.
Going back to the three-man
Three
line.
linemen.
4, one side, 2 the other side, and 1 in the backfield. We've only got 1 guy out here.
Little shovel pass there.
Wow. We got 52. I believe that is.
Reese McGowan, the ball carrier.
That'd be a Bryce Taylor, I believe.
Bryce Taylor making a nice play there.
Bryce Taylor.
Number
Bryce
13,
Taylor.
McGowan on the little touch pass.
Bryce
shovel
Taylor, 5'10", 245.
Lots of five on
pass. He is a well put together young man for playing that line position.
That's right.
He has an anchor, as they would say.
Now, are they going to do that again? They're putting 3 left. Yep, they're doing the same thing. And we got more guys in coverage this time, I think. Boy, it's hard to tell. Now we're moving around. I can't wait for halftime to get some adjustments for this.
Clark looking for his receiver. The Falls, though, able to cover well. But Clark decides
Nice
to keep.
wrap up.
Tyler Clark keeps.
He's
Sets
wrapped
up
up
a 3rd
nice
and
there.
5.
Ball by Cam Stevens.
Cam Stevens making a great tackle in the open field there. Just
Sure did. He sure did. It could've
putting
gone.
his anchor down, setting his spot, and just driving right through the runner. That was a great tackle.
You know, I think I'm getting the feeling that the Huskies are confused with this offense also. They're really not sure what they want to do. In other words, when they practice, they scripted the first 2 or 3 plays, and they feel comfortable with those. But they're looking at guys that are like unsure where to line up, what they're going to do. I think this might come back to bite them.
24-yard line.
They're going to stick with it.
But I wouldn't doubt to see them running up the middle again. Well, now
Tyler-
the quarterback split out. Didn't he? Oh, no, maybe
No,
he didn't.
Tyler Clark still in the
Oh, he's
quarterback.
still in there. Okay.
Brought the extra body back in.
Don't let him get around the corner. Good job. There you go.
Clark's pass falls short, intended for number 5, Cole Vahovic.
And
Brings up 4th and 5, almost 4th and 6 here for the Huskies.
And they got guys coming off from the sidelines. We've got guys going on. That was the case once again. Bryce Taylor got on the edge and let him go around. And if he's running sideways, it's a harder throw than if you turn it square your shoulders. So
Here's the interesting part for this. They appear to have kicked away from Evan Redding all night. Their first couple punts where they did it, they were near midfield, so maybe it didn't feel as dangerous. But this time they're deep in their own
bad
territory.
snap. Oh,
Oh, Falls almost got home on that one. Lepianka,
get out of the way.
punt, short punt. Great field position
wow.
for the Phoenix.
40-yard line.
Setting up at the Huskies' 38-yard line.
Wow.
1st and 10 for Menomonee Falls. Short field. 6:21 to go here in the second quarter. Menomonee Falls High School. You are watching Falls Cable Access. Joining us live on YouTube. Later you'll be able to watch us on Spectrum Channel 14. My name is Marlon Hestetune, joined by Jerry Mislang for tonight's varsity football matchup. Homecoming at Menomonee Falls High School. The Phoenix versus visiting West Allis Nathan Hale Huskies.
Wilson Kirshner has room off the
Kirshner on the keep there. That was a great opening play there, I think.
brought down by Clark.
It looks like their new offense here is ground and pound.
Well, it was good for Menomonee Falls. First down.
They're moving the piles, ball up the field. And once again, sophomore quarterback. I like him.
Yeah, he took over the team rushing lead last week against Brookfield East.
did, okay.
And so he can definitely carry the ball when he chooses to and when his number gets called. But tonight, though, he's showing he can throw it, too. There's Grenier on the handoff over the right side. Grenier with a big hole off the right side, and he will score! Menomonee Falls! Touchdown! 25 yards, Jake Grenier.
You know, Marlon, you and me could have ran through that hole. That was an enormous hole there.
So,
Oh.
to your point last series, Jerry, the offensive line is doing some work.
Some damage there. I agree. I'm not sure. I know they got at least one sophomore in that offensive line. I think they've got 2. I think Nino Byers in there. Nino is, where's his number here? He's number 70, and 73 is Stephen Scott III.
Aiden Martin's kick is up, and it is good.
Sislevich and Martin. Our score with 5:47 left in the second quarter. Menomonee Falls 28. West Allis Hale 7.
As you heard the field announcer Luke Langer say there, 5:47 to go in the second quarter. We aren't even at halftime yet, folks, and it is Menomonee Falls 28. West Allis Nathan Hale Huskies 7.
They're looking good, but you brought up halftime. Don't go away at halftime. We've got, I believe the order is going to be recognizing the senior cheerleaders. No, it's dance first, senior cheerleaders, and then the homecoming court. We do have the names of the cheerleading team. When they go out there, we'll give those. We also have the names for the dance team. Many many of their parents graduated from the Falls here. And the court, I don't know their names, but maybe we can pick that up from Luke. But we do have a nice halftime show scheduled here on a gorgeous evening in Menomonee Falls, Wisconsin, the home of the Phoenix.
Aiden Martin getting set to kick off once again to the Huskies. Huskies with their trio of deep men.
It looks like we shut that gimmick offense down temporarily.
We did a nice job with it that last series. There's Martin's kick. Looks like this one, looks like they're going to let that one bounce into the end zone again.
Aiden Martin's kick is through the end
Once
zone.
more, another touchback for the Huskies. First and 10 from their own 20-yard line.
20-yard line.
For those looking out on the field there, it was renamed earlier this season in honor of longtime coach Jim Jeskowitz and athletic director Dave Petroff. Both did tremendous things for Menomonee Falls in a variety of ways. I'm proud to say that they both were Optimist Club members at one time, and Dave actually was president. But Dave left a tremendous impact improving the facilities, the gate out there, all the things. And Jeskowitz, his teams were dominant for years and actually have produced the only state champion in Menomonee Falls history. He took Menomonee Falls East to a state title. I'm going to say 1974, 76. I know it was quite a while ago, but he has our one state championship in football.
So here we are, set for the Huskies to take the ball back. Give around the left side there to number 26, Zach Drake Unholtz.
Unholtz ball carrier.
Well, Marlon, they came out with the standard formation there.
They did. Short pickup there for them on
Also
first
out of
down.
bounds by Joey Spalding.
Joey Spalding, brother of Ryan Spalding, who graduated in 2018 from here. Joey in his senior year. Ryan was a pretty decent middle linebacker in his own right and really good baseball player. Joey keeping on the family heritage, wearing the same number 27 that his brother did. Tyler Clark set to take the ball, drops back, rolls to his
He ran
right,
that same formation
trying to find
again,
an
no?
open man. And Clark's pass is picked off. Oh, there is a flag on the field. Let's see where this comes up.
Clark's pass is intercepted by Derek Steinbrenner.
Derek Steinbrenner, number 21, making the
Penalty
interception.
against the Huskies.
Penalty is against the Huskies. It will be Menomonee Falls. First down.
Illegal man downfield against the Huskies.
I have a sneaky suspicion they will decline that one.
First and 10
Well, there was that trick offense. And I said they're confused on they had a legal man downfield. So it might be a good offense, but my suggestion, practice it a little bit more. It ain't ready for prime time.
How do you know your responsibilities if you're a lineman and you're suddenly split out wide to the hash? I don't understand.
I said Bryce Taylor's made two great plays, and he's 245 keeping the guy inside.
Kirshner
Oh,
here
we're
on
gonna
first
pass.
down. Oh, big pressure right away on Kirshner.
Okay, don't go down on your shoulder. That's
There's
all.
number 2, Lucas Collins. Beyond being the top receiving target so far, that was a big pass rush there from Collins.
Now, there's a good there's a good thing. Not throwing the ball, they're covered. Tuck it under, live to play another play.
Absolutely.
Don't risk anything here.
Just about to dip under 5 minutes here. 2nd and 9 for the Falls from the Huskies' 28-yard line. Menomonee Falls leading 28-7 as we count down towards halftime.
We're going to run right, I think. There we go.
Kirshner on the keep.
A little slower developing.
Brought down by Drake Unholtz.
Drake Unholtz, their top running backs. So far, their top offensive players have made the big plays defensively here on this one.
Which, look in the long term, a good point you bring up, you get tired. You're going both ways. A game like today, it could wear them out. We have to look for that in the third and fourth quarter.
39. Be interested to see if they might not try to
Reading is split
slip
to the
somebody
top
like,
now.
Yep.
They got single coverage, actually double coverage on Reading.
Try to slip like a Tauchus out underneath. And there it
There
is.
it is. Nice call, Marlon. Hestetune.
Owen
So
Touches.
what is that? What do we see here there? Owen Touches, 1st and 10. Menomonee Falls, first down.
Well, yeah, Marlon, you're going to be hitting the big time pretty soon.
Oh, yeah,
It might be my last game I work with you. That was
No,
a good
it just
call.
makes sense, right? All we've done to them is throw the ball deep over the top or smash them in the face with it. We've done nothing in the middle of the field. So at some point, they're going to forget about it. They're going to give up on it. And that was the perfect situation.
And that's like how Apton West beat us in that. Remember, they thrust on, he slid the guy across the middle, and they hadn't run that play all game long.
Yep.
Well, that was sweet. Well, we got 1st and 10 at the 14.
Oh, and there it is again. Oh, look at that.
It's a senior night touchdown for all teams.
No flags
Oh,
on the
touch.
field.
Oh, God.
Oh, and
Oh, God.
Menomonee Falls, touchdown.
Marlon Hestetune, the savant, struck again.
You know, I spent a lot of Sundays yelling at the TV, Jerry.
Yeah.
I've picked up a few things over those years.
That you call that, man.
Aiden Martin on to attempt the extra point here, trying to open up a 28-point lead before half. Something this team has not seen this year.
I'm starting to realize I'm just here to let you take a breath. That's what my job is.
Aiden
Look
Martin,
at that scoreboard.
good.
That is a thing of beauty.
That is, you said it exactly. 3:31 left here in the second quarter. That's right, folks. That is only the second quarter. Menomonee Falls 35, West Allis Hale 7.
So I don't want to jinx this, but I'm going to tell you what the rule is. A 35-point lead in the second half is a running clock. Only stops on a change of possession or timeouts or injuries. It only stops. It's at 35. If it goes under 35, then you go back to the normal clock.
Correct.
It goes back over 35, then it runs the rest of the way. Now, I don't want to jinx anybody, but I've got to tell you what the rule is. You got to keep them informed.
This is interesting to me, Jerry, because again, I've seen all the home games this year. I haven't seen any of the road games, but I followed along and kept track. And again, this team has showed life as the seasons went on. They have grown, they have matured, they've gotten better. They've taken a couple tough losses, like you said, some fumbles against Oshkosh.
Self-inflicted losses.
Absolutely.
Self-inflicted.
Absolutely. They had 40 yards lost on fumbled snaps against Oshkosh West. That was.
Yeah,
Here's Aiden Martin's kick.
Now, it was raining that night.
Shoots over the deep edge.
Oh, here we go. Could get
See
interesting.
if they can keep him deep. Nice job there. Brings him down at the 14-yard line. 1st and 10 for Hale.
Now, if I'm Hale, I don't do anything fancy down here. I'd go back and play some standard football. There's no time to make a mistake down here.
5 offensive linemen, and I might try to run up the middle the first 3 plays. Because the success they had on that, and I don't remember the last time they did it.
No, you're right, they haven't.
It's been sweeps and touch passes and rollouts and 3-man lines, and that makes no sense when every time they ran up the middle, it was 4 yards at least.
1st and 10.
Trying to see our offensive, defensive lineman. I see 54 is Connor Jusko. I think 51 is Tavier Johnson.
Yep.
Now Tavier is 202 sophomore. We've got sophomores all over this team.
Tyler Clark, still in at quarterback? Of course he would be. Why not?
Yeah, but they got some big gaps in there.
Here they try the end around to it's becoming their old faithful number 2, Lucas Collings. Collings has to have 60% of the balls in this game that haven't been carried by the quarterback. And he's obviously a great athlete, but you gotta start mixing it up a little bit beyond just him and number 26.
And you're seeing an inspired defense here. The defense has really lifted up their level of play.
They have.
And
you wonder. Hale comes out that first series, throws all the trick plays at him, the trick formations, everything.
Two fourth down conversions.
Yeah, you wonder if, though, the defense didn't look in and go, they can't beat us without the weird stuff.
Yeah, right.
So let's play some defense, right?
Yep, don't panic. Play sound
Clark's
defense.
pass over the middle, finds his man Collings.
Clark's pass complete to Collings.
Pickup of about 12 on that one. 1st and 10 for the Huskies.
And it falls at this point in time, 227. They'll give them them plays.
Yeah, absolutely.
Give them that stuff across the middle. Keep the clock running. Don't let them get behind you.
Dan Lutz will take another score, but he will also go into halftime up 35-7 and be comfortable with that result. Both teams, I believe, have all 3 of their timeouts left here, so Huskies do have the opportunity to move this ball and be able to throw in the middle and do those things that would normally keep the clock running. Clark rolling to his right, being chased, throws down the middle, and that ball falls incomplete. Not quite sure who he was going for there. Whether he was trying to hit number 5, Cole Vahovic, or number 10, Troy Starich. Both men were right in the territory. If you watched our professional team this last weekend up in Green Bay, there was one of those plays where it's pretty clear that the quarterback was attempting to throw to his favorite target, and then his old favorite target sort of jumped up in the way of the ball and knocked it aside because it was in his general area, and I think that was sort of one of those. I think
15-yard penalty.
Guys, at this time with the homecoming court, we report to the north end zone. Again, if our homecoming court
time to play that bad boys. What you going to do? That's subject to interpretation. Many times you just catch the second swing, somebody pushes you, and then you retaliate, and that's what you get burned on.
So 1st and 10 for the Huskies from their own 43 here. 1:53 to go here in the second quarter. Oh,
there we go.
Snap gets past Clark. See if the Falls can make them pay for this one.
Smart play there.
That was a good play by Clark. Got to pass the line of scrimmage. He had a receiver in the area, clearly not grounding.
Now, Marlon, you've seen the games like I have. That is the kind of play that has killed Menomonee Falls all year long. Plays like that, and now it's on the other foot.
Yep.
And it just turns things around.
Oh, another flag on the play here.
Penalty flags on the field.
Where's that Shaka Khan song? Tell me something good.
Oh.
Something good.
So look, we're here in Menomonee Falls on Falls Cable Access and all of that, but I'm going to go on record to say I disagree with the officials on that one.
I would have. Well, I don't know if the rule is you got to get outside the tackles. I'm not sure, but
and maybe that was. But I thought Clark was, and the ball crossed the line of scrimmage. There was a receiver in the general area where he threw the ball. Number 5, Cole Vahovic, was right over there along. He wasn't all the way to the sideline, but he was between the hash mark and the sideline.
You just got to be careful, though, because my good friend John Furr, who is in charge of referees for basketball, sometimes will call me at home if I question a official's call. So I'm going to give him your home phone number when he calls.
That's very good. He can explain it to me. Clark on the drop back. Big pressure again from Menomonee Falls. Picked up by the offensive line, and Clark takes it outside himself, not wanting to go down. Brings it back up to about the 30-yard line.
The clock is running. Yeah, clock is running.
Yeah, I think they...
Forced out of bounds by Cam Stevens.
I hear parents yelling, stop the clock. Unfortunately, Rick has to stop it when the referees signal it, not when the parents yell.
The referee is signaling.
So Rick is doing the right thing. Now what they'll do is they'll go to the coach. The coach will tell him put X amount of time back on the clock.
Yep.
He's got his headphones on down there.
Yep.
Now he'll turn around and look at our coaches. Our coaches will go over to the booth and say, add 12 seconds or 15 seconds. So we're watching. It's 1:29. You guys want to flip over to that clock and watch it. I'm going to guess it's going to 1:43. And Rick is having trouble.
No,
he forgot to add the 0. It's going to be 1:35.
Yeah.
He forgot to add the 0. And now he's panicking, and he's going out. There he goes. Good job, Rick. Oh, I kind of love giving him a hard time.
So 1:35 to go.
Our good friend, Rick Cole.
3rd and a lot here for the Huskies.
Hold on. See, he got around the corner. That's a hold. Now the coaches here are yelling holding.
Oh!
There we go.
Intercepted by Menomonee Falls.
Cam Stevens have a heck of a game so
Cam
far.
Stevens is playing well tonight. That was one that I think Clark would like to have back.
Yep. Cam Stevens, a senior, 5'8", 148. That was nice. That was really nice. The coaches were hauling for holding on that play in the backfield. I didn't see it, but
in fairness, Jerry, are there any plays the defensive coaches don't holler for? In fairness, are there any plays the defensive coaches don't holler for holding?
You're right. That's true. You got a good point. Oh, watch out! Ooh, he's waiting.
Oh!
that
Owen
one-handed?
Couches, one-handed. No laundry on the field. Menomonee Falls, touchdown. That was a catch.
Wow.
28 yards on the pass completion.
Beautiful. Well, they're having a good time tonight. Now let's get to that. This is a big extra point.
This is a big
Extra point. Once again, it goes back to the 35-minute rule.
Aiden Martin on to attempt this extra point to possibly extend the lead to 35 for the Phoenix. It's down, the kick is up,
Yes.
and it is good. So with 1:13 to go, your score, Menomonee Falls 42, West Allis Nathan Hale 7.
You know, I'm starting to wonder if I'm good luck being here or it's good luck that Chris Forston is not here. One or the other. Maybe a combination of the two.
We'll have to balance them a little bit. We'll have to make some tests throughout the year, Jerry.
We might never see Chris again. We'll just let him set up, and he has to stay home from now on. And once again, we got Robert. He's our producer tonight. He's got his brother here, who occasionally does a little thing just to kind of think that he's working here. He's moving the camera for us. And then Sean is outside. And Sean is the beneficiary of this beautiful weather.
Absolutely. So we are set, Aiden Martin, to kick off again for the Phoenix. 1:13 to play here in the second quarter. Your score, Menomonee Falls 42, West Allis Nathan Hale 7. You are watching Falls Cable Access, Spectrum Channel 14. Hopefully watching us live on YouTube tonight. Thank you for joining us. I'm Marlon Hestetune with Jerry Mislang. And Aiden Martin set to kick. Martin sends it deep. Hale will let it go into the end zone. That'll set them up with a touchback at their own 20-yard line.
First and 10.
You know, this is the kind of game, Ron, that you can build on for next year. That you know that you can do these things. These kids that come back.
You know what'll be really interesting, Jerry, is the Falls has one game left. You know, there's one more regular season high school game left.
Yeah.
Next week against what's perennially a very, very good program, which is Brookfield Central. But they appear to be a little down this year. Now, down for Brookfield Central is still a good team.
It's
Right.
500 or better.
Right. But, so it'll be interesting. The growth that this team has shown over the last now 4 weeks, what kind of a game that turns out to be for them. It's at Central, so that'll be tough.
Yep.
But this will be interesting. I'm very curious to see what that matchup looks
Well,
like.
you can't make the playoffs, but you can decide the playoffs. You can decide where Brookfield Central gets seated. So you can be a changer in here. How about another
So
interception?
here's Clark rolling to his right. Oh, that was a nice catch. Clark's pass caught by number 10, Troy Sterich. Sterich bobbles it a little bit going to the turf.
They've got 103 left. Looks like they took their first time out here. Oh, no, it's first down. That's why they do have 3 timeouts remaining.
I think they do. I think the lines, the
There
line,
it goes. Just changed my
Yeah.
line.
32-yard line of Hale.
officials were pointing in the direction of Hale. So
Once again, we do have our dance team at halftime. We have senior cheerleaders, which I think we'll do our cheerleaders at that point. Recognize them, and then the homecoming court probably turn that over to Luke. He's got the names and stuff, and give you and me a little break here.
once again, you are watching Falls Cable Access, Spectrum Channel 14. Also live on YouTube on this Friday, October 8th. Here at Menomonee Falls High School, we have the Menomonee Falls Phoenix. Friday night football versus West Allis Nathan Hale Huskies. It is homecoming. It is senior night here at Menomonee Falls High School. And what a homecoming and senior night it is for the Phoenix.
Yeah, it's been great. Keep it up. Stay healthy. Don't nobody get hurt. Get some younger players in the second half. And just keep pouring it on if you can.
Here's Tyler Clark. Back to throw. Swings it out to the left to number 26, Zach Drake Unholtz. Unholtz has been his primary running back tonight. Caught a couple passes.
You know,
No gain on that one. 2nd and 10 for the Huskies.
I couldn't see that. I've got some eye issues. I got 20/50 out of my right eye. So I'm using one eye. But the way the tackle was made, I knew it was Sam Mylands. It was a textbook tackle.
Mylands has been active tonight.
Yep, he's wrapping him up and taking him down.
Clark taking the snap, so some pressure here from the Falls. Well, the question is, can they keep him under control?
Incomplete.
Clark able to
Intended for Sterich.
force the ball out to Sterich on the right side, on the right sideline. Falls incomplete. 3rd and 10. Has Grenier on the primary pressure there.
Yeah, the guy that bet chance to catching that was Nino Byer on the sidelines there. There's Big Nino, number 70. His parents, I believe, are part owners or owners of Nino's Bakery. And Nino's a rough-looking dude. I think he's also a wrestler, if I'm not mistaken. Many of these kids are multi-sport athletes, track, basketball, wrestling.
11 at the 31.
We will get a chance to talk about basketball after a while. I found some interesting information out tonight.
3rd and 10 here for the Huskies. Tyler Clark on the snap. Looking for someone to get open for him. Some late pressure there. Clark, though, keeps it. Takes the ball downfield by himself. Stood up and wrapped up.
Down by Joey Spalding.
If you get a chance, Joey Spalding stayed outside and covered the guy. Then he cut off the lane, and then he made the tackle. One heck of a play by Joey Spalding.
Yeah, that was great effort there by Spalding. Huskies taking their second timeout here.
94, Mickey Cook.
4th down and 3 for the Huskies.
Yeah, Joey's 6 foot 175 senior.
And some more recent graduates. Class of 2017, Elena Beck is here. Class of 2019, Cam Touches.
Now Luke is going through a recent graduates. He hasn't mentioned me. 1968. I hope he doesn't mention I started in 1960, but it was a great 8 years I was here. Actually, I was at the old high school. 69 was the last year there. And they won the conference championship in football. Very good team. A very good team, led by Charlie Keller, Ken Allman, Larry Myra, Mark Reed. Very good team.
Is what you're implying, Jerry, that you were the catalyst for the term 8th year senior? Is that?
Yeah, that's right. Well, if you like a grade, just stay in it. I like
do what
them
you
all
like,
twice.
right?
Do what you
4th
like,
and
yeah.
3 here for the Huskies.
12
Tyler
seconds
Clark
left in the half.
about to take the snap. 12 seconds left. High probability this will be our last play. Falls brings pressure, forces Clark out to the right. Throws it down the sideline.
Incomplete, I think.
Incomplete, calling him out of bounds, saying he did not have control yet as he hit the sideline.
He's
So
not
that
that
turns
accurate
it
on the
over.
run. When he's running and he's turned sideways, he can square his shoulders. He's much more accurate. But he's having all kinds of problems when they flush him from the pocket.
So with that, it's a turnover on downs. 1st and 10 for Menomonee Falls. From the from the Huskies, 39-yard line.
I'm going to ask them if they can add an extra 5 minutes at halftime. That you and me can run over to the concession stand and get something to eat and drink. But
Well, they tried to put 13:50 back on the clock
that's
a few
right.
minutes ago.
Rick
so
was trying to help us out.
I think 5 is well within reason.
Yeah.
We'll see what Coach Lutz and Coach Regent Smith have in mind here. Oh, they're lining up as if they're going to try something here.
Oh,
Spreading the ball out. Kirshner takes the ball, drops it back,
They're
and
going deep.
lets it go.
Uh-oh.
Kirshner's pass is intercepted at the goal line. Let's make the tackle here, fellas. Let's not
nobody
let
get
anything
hurt.
silly
This is when-
happen. No one
No,
get
right,
hurt, and let's make
you're
the
right,
tackle.
something
First
silly
pass
happened.
is intercepted.
So Marlon, you give us the score here. Take us home.
Yeah, so Kirshner's last pass attempt, the only blemish really on this whole first half, intercepted by number 7, Marquise
That's the
Rathel.
half with our score
But at
Menomonee Falls
halftime-
42, West Allis Hale 7.
That's right, folks. You heard what Luke Langer said correctly. Halftime score, Menomonee Falls 42, West Allis Hale 7.
That is 42 unanswered points. Great job by that coaching staff who's going behind us, led by Quentin Handy. But the coaching staff just came behind us, and there's some smiles on those faces.
Yeah, that
and
was
I said there's 42 unanswered points.
Right.
That's amazing.
And I think what's doubly impressive, beyond the 42 unanswered points, is the fact that Hale took their first possession, went down the field really without much effort, right? Sure, they got into a couple of 4th down situations, but they went for them both.
It looked like a hot knife through butter.
And they got them comfortably. They scored their first possession, and we were wondering if this was going to be a difficult night for this Falls defense. And this defense dug in and just shut the door on Hale.
They were on the field a long time. I mean, they were, remember, we worried about them wearing out.
Yep. So we are about to get going here with the halftime entertainment. The varsity dance team is going to take the field first. We're going to honor the seniors of members of the dance team here on senior night.
I'm not sure they're going to do them as much. I know they're going to do the senior cheerleaders, but I wouldn't doubt they would do it. I want to go through the dance team members. I got some familiar names on here. I apologize in advance for any mispronunciations. The freshmen are Brooklyn Becker, Miranda Bunky, Sadie Curtis. Let me tell their parents too. Jesse and it's two nows now. Grace Trokin, Gabriella Weibel, sophomores Ellie Kloon, Izzy Nettie, Jenna Kennedy, Kate Morrell, Krista Lee, Sakari Skenador, juniors Grace Boer, Hannah Recklitz, Kalia Gordon, and Melanie Trocchio, and seniors Autumn Schneider, Emma Stuhlin, Hannah Huntsinger, Caitlin Alman, and senior captains Alana Stang, Grace Block, Maddie Cyberlick, and Morgan Becker. This year's coaches is head coach Chelsea Bushman, Menomonee Falls graduate Jen Nagy, and Mia Hubbard. Menomonee Falls 2021-2022 dance team. I am proud to say I know the grandparents of two of them, Brooklyn Becker's grandparents Jane and Dick, and Hannah Recklitz, grandparents Rick and Jenny. Once again, great kids. They do a great job. They finish in state. They go to state almost every year, and they do a fantastic job.
Melanie Trocchio, our seniors Autumn Schneider, Emma Stuhlin, Hannah Hunstiger, and Caitlin Amen. The senior captains, Alana Stang, Grace Block, Maddie Cyberlick, and Morgan Becker.
We are going to recognize the senior cheerleaders. We can go through the whole team. This year's members are Elizabeth Piotr, Frankie Evich, Alana Miller, Maddie Haddon, Liz Krejci, Izzy Corthels, Amani Minor, Carissa Short, Reese Tarantino, Jesse Hanrahan, Callie Young, Samaya Williams, McKenna Kane, and Abby Wick. That's our 2021-22 cheerleaders who compete not only here, but they have competitions. They do basketball games. They do invitationals. It's a tough sport, cheerleading. At one point I had read the most injuries were in cheerleading across the country. So there's a shot of our cheer team from this year. Also got a shot of John Klein out there. John Klein used to do a lot of photography for the Falls Cable Access, and now he's an official photographer. And now we're going to do the homecoming court, of which none of us here in the booth know their names. We're probably going to turn it over to Luke Langer and pick up the homecoming court.
And at this time, we'd like to announce the 2021 homecoming court, as voted on by the senior class earlier this week. Let's meet the 2021 homecoming court. Some of our football players are a bit busy right now, so we have some special guests. Welcome Morgan Becker and Mickey Fisher. Morgan is being escorted tonight by Mickey's father, John Fisher. Hannah Hunstiger and Eli Sass. Paige Schultz and Caden Wilson. Abby Wick and Evan Redding. Abby is being escorted tonight by Evan's father, Rob Redding. Nadi Kamara and Adam Beck. Nadi is being escorted tonight by Adam's father, the legendary Scott Beck. And our final couple tonight, the 2021 Homecoming King and Queen, Izzy Simon and Dylan Luckman. Let's have one more Great Falls welcome for the King and Queen and their 2021 court. We wish everyone a safe and memorable homecoming dance tomorrow evening.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. It is Friday night, high school football. You are at Menomonee Falls High School with us here live on Falls Cable Access. Hopefully you're watching us on YouTube. See a few of you out there. Down goes Brazy, Mitch Gobler, joining our chat circle a little bit. Thanks for joining. Thanks for watching live. For everyone else that's out there, feel free to join into the live chat here on YouTube. We'd love to hear your feedback. Love to hear your thoughts on the game. So please jump on in there. Like I said, you are with us at Menomonee Falls High School tonight. Homecoming, senior night, last home game of the year for the Menomonee Falls Phoenix. Visiting Nathan Hale Huskies came in hoping to disrupt that, and they have not been able to. 42-7, Menomonee Falls has jumped all over the Huskies here in the first half with a great combination of deep balls and running the ball down their throat, and the defense just closing the door after the first drive. So let's turn over to my talking mate tonight, Mr. Jerry Mislang. He's been enjoying the game with me. Jerry, what are your thoughts?
Well, it just kills me to sit here not saying nothing, Marlon, but I want to point something out as you folks are watching the halftime. It was 15 minutes, and then they added 3 more minutes on. And the 3 minutes is for insurance purposes, so the kids get warmed up properly. Not that a coach keeps them in the huddle, and they come on, they warm up cold. So that 3 minutes is strictly for warm-up. So we took care of that. Once again, it's been the rule now at 42-7 is that anything 35 or more, it's a running clock. So our timer, Rick Cole, will let the clock run on out of bounds, on penalties, it will run. It only stops on change of possession or a timeout. Now, if the Hale scores and it goes through 28, then it'll go back to the regular stoppages. However, it goes back to 35, it will go like that the rest of the game, no matter who scores. So as you see that, as you think, oh, they're not doing their jobs, that's what's happening from here on out.
Menomonee Falls will be kicking off here to open the second half. And so Hale will have the opportunity to try to stop the bleeding a little bit here and bring the clock back into the normal run time. We'll see how that works for him.
I do want to put a plug in for basketball. I didn't realize this. I guess early polls have Menomonee Falls rated number 1 in state. And that means nothing. Nobody's played a game. But the second game of the year, Menomonee Falls, who is currently ranked number 1, will be hosting Pewaukee, who is ranked number 1 in Division 2. It's a Saturday night. Don't know the exact date. I know I'll have a good seat for it, either scorekeeper or announcer. But once again, you want to keep that, check those schedules out. Number 1 against number 1, second game of the year.
Aiden Martin kicks off.
The upcoming basketball season will be very exciting here at Menomonee Falls.
Right
High
around the
School,
corner.
I think.
Yeah, it's going to be a full house.
That's the amazing thing. It's Friday night, 70 degrees out. It's a beautiful night, and it's the middle of October, and we can start talking about basketball and the end of the high school football season, which the last regular season game is next week. Aiden Martin to kick off. Huskies with 3 deep receivers. They will let this one sail over their heads into the end zone, which appears to be the safest bet with Martin's kickoff.
And now Rick has not started the clock. Come on, let's get the clock going. It's actually, it starts when it's touched, so he did the right thing. It's touched by the receiving team. So, okay, well, what do you think, Marlon? What do we do? Same thing we've been doing?
it's going to be interesting, I think, to see what Hale does here. So Hale tried to run their normal offense, which honestly they had good success with on certain plays. Early on, first drive, they came out with some crazy formations with 3 linemen and 4 linemen. So I'll be interested to see. But I think from a defensive standpoint, you just buckle down and go after them the way you have been.
Right,
Keep that pressure up.
I would agree.
Push Hale and their quarterback to try to make some mistakes. And
Owen Lytle, the ball carrier.
If you get a chance, there's big Steven Scott in the middle, number 73. See him standing here? Last play, he was double teamed. He just stood both guys up and just looked over and watched his teammates make the tackle. Big number 73 just bent over there. He's a sophomore and a heck of a basketball player. Very agile, likes to shoot the 3. He's one of those shooters. Now he's got to make a few. You got shooters and you got makers. But he can make them too. Big Steven Scott, number 73.
Are there any big men who don't like to shoot the 3 anymore, Jerry?
They all want to do that. You're right. That's what they want to stand out there. But he's a good basketball player. Very good. Made JV as a freshman.
Tyler Clark on the keep around the left side. And he finds a little bit of running room there. Clark is shown to be a very effective runner, and he is...
And there's the end of the running clock. I'll be darned.
Clark on the carry for the Husky touchdown.
Oh, yeah.
Penalty flags on the field.
Oh, I
They
like
are
that.
way back at the 20-yard line. Holding
Huskies.
Let the clock run.
Mr. Clark needs to catch his breath on his way back to the huddle because it is now 2nd and 32.
Well, I tell you one thing, head coach or defensive coach Eric Rutsch will be all over him right now. That can't happen.
No.
When you've got we got the record we have, you can't play a half like that and come out and start the second half. So it's a good way to get your attention, I would think, right?
Yeah, that's hopefully this is a wake-up call to the defense that the Huskies aren't going to lay down, right?
Right, exactly.
They're down by 35, but they're going to keep playing.
Yep.
They have pride. They want to come back in. And you know what? They saw Menomonee Falls score 42 points in a half. They've got to think, why can't we do it?
Exactly. That's a good point. Very good point, Marlon.
2nd and 20. At the 10
Marlon, I'm doing color. I'm supposed to make those points. So cut me some slack here, pal.
2nd and 20
All right.
for the Huskies from their own 10-yard line. It's all right there, Jack, on YouTube.
And you can see that they're
No
coming
touchdown.
out.
He's back.
They're coming out in standard. Well, you got some big gaps. It's a standard formation, but big gaps.
Owen Lytle.
So interestingly, Zach Drake Unholtz had almost all the carries from the running back position in the first half. And number 24, Owen Lytle, had none. He didn't. I don't remember calling his name.
I don't
number
either.
all half.
I don't either.
And now he's taken 3 handoffs so far from the running back position. So we'll watch. Maybe they're a team that just likes to mix it up half by half at their running back position.
All right, here lined up.
3rd and 9 for the Huskies from their own 21-yard line. See if the defense can dig in here and keep this a long 4th down. Clark dropping back.
Pass.
Oh, he's going to keep it himself.
And he got caught from behind.
Pick up.
Oh, I don't like somebody. Oh, get up now. Thank goodness.
He's going to pick up 12 and the Husky 1st down. 1st and 10 for Nathan Hale from their own 32-yard line.
I would like to see him keep the pedal to the metal here. That the fact that we can get some of our younger players in.
And honestly, from that running clock standpoint, if you can make the Huskies put together a long drive here, right? Eat 7-8 minutes off this clock.
Make it go 3rd down every time.
Right. That's
a
a win,
down.
right? That's a win for this defense.
Yep.
If you could waste most of the quarter on one drive, they're not catching us at that point in time.
There we go.
Here we go. Lytle again on the carry.
Take away the outside. Do not let him get around the corner.
Evan Redding, Mr. All Everything here for the Phoenix, pushing him out of bounds. No gain on the play.
I'm looking at the lights back there. We've got just a little bit of some dampness here, and it gives it kind of that Werewolves of London look. And it's just a great night here in Menomonee Falls.
It is. Beautiful night, October, football. I don't know what else we could ask for. This is great.
I agree.
And a big Phoenix lead.
I was going to say that we wanted that. We got that so far. Let's hang on to it.
Tyler Clark brings the Huskies up to the line here. 2nd and 10 for Nathan Hale. His main receiver, Lucas Collins, going in motion. Oh!
Whoa!
That was some
Pursued.
effort there by Adam Beck. Adam Beck with the instant pressure on Clark.
By Adam Beck.
Slides off him, doesn't give up, gets back up, and completes the tackle. What a play there by number 44, Adam Beck. That was great pressure, great defense, big loss on the play.
Adam Beck has been solid all year long. He really is. Every game you're calling his name all over the place. Also, I thought on that play was Tavier Johnson and Bryce Taylor. They didn't quit. Now remember, those guys are in the 200-pound range, and we're in the third quarter, and they're chasing that quarterback around and doing a darn good job.
3rd and 22, 21, 22.
3rd and 25% of the field. We got a ways to go.
I was told there'd be no math here, Jerry.
Well, yeah.
Tyler Clark brings him to the line. 5 men heading out into routes. Clark's pass over the middle. Caught. Oh! Caught by number 24, Owen Lytell. Lytell picks up, 35 on the play. That's a heartbreaker. 3rd and forever, and they're able to make the completion and pick up that first down.
And you know we've gone through half of the third quarter already. So.
Yeah.
With friends and relatives out of town. Again, that's fallscableaccess.com and Spectrum Channel 14 here in Menomonee Falls. Welcome Chris and his team from Falls Cable Access.
As you heard our field announcer Luke Langer say, you are watching Falls Cable Access, Spectrum Channel 14. I'm Marlon Hestetune with Jerry Mislang by my side tonight for homecoming here at Menomonee Falls High School with the Phoenix taking on the visiting Nathan Hale Huskies. Good
Nice
penetration
stop
there
up
by
the
the
middle.
defense.
You know, as long as he brought up Falls Cable Access, I do want to, it would be unfair to not mention Harry Stetzel, who built this program from the ground up. And Harry put his heart and soul into this, and it was an outstanding program, the best in the state. That's undeniable. The best local cable access in the state. Chris has taken over and hasn't really missed a beat.
Tyler Clark on the keep over the right side, and another big gain for Clark.
Clark off the right side. Stopped by Steinbrenner.
Derek Steinbrenner able to help Clark to the turf, but again, another 20-yard gain. 1st and 10 for the Huskies from the Menomonee Falls 23-yard line.
Welcome back to the class of 1970. Rick Cole is here, working hard in the booth tonight.
Upside to this, though, this is the opening drive of the third quarter, and we have almost ran 8 minutes off the clock already. Clark's pass intended, and it is intercepted.
Why is go?
Sam Milans, who has been all over the field
Come on, let
tonight.
him go.
Sam has a lane.
Oh, Sam!
Cuts back across
Go.
the field.
Oh!
Milans trying to go the distance. One man to beat.
Oh!
Still on his feet.
Oh!
Sam is going to take the ball all the way.
Oh, man.
97 yards. Menomonee Falls.
Flag?
Touchdown.
No
Wait,
flags?
Oh, we have a flag.
Oh, come
let's see what they're going to do here.
Well, we're going to get the ball. I'd assume the ball is going to be ours.
Flag seems to be in the territory of probably an illegal block, which happens after the interception. So it will be Falls ball. What a run by Milans, though. I mean, let's take the flag out of it. What a great play and run by Milans.
After the interception, holding Menomonee Falls.
Oh, it's early in the play. You know, look where they started marking it at the 30
Yeah.
or 35, I think it was. Well, still big turnover, big turnaround there.
Big interception.
Oh.
Interception made at the 3-yard line. Milans brings it back. Unfortunately, the block stops it the block in the back stops at the 25-yard line. But you know what? Great play, great return by Milans. I mean, just terrific. Great job, Sam.
And if you listen carefully, you can hear the air being sucked out of these sidelines of West Allis.
3:14 to go here in the third quarter. Your score: Menomonee Falls 42. West Allis Nathan Hale 7. Falls has just taken over on an interception by defensive back number 3, Sam Milans. Great play, brings the return back out to the 25-yard line. 1st and 10 for the Phoenix.
Well, that whole Cole's pretty quick. It looked like, though, the right side was more open. That's where they were doing a lot of damage in the first half, was the right side of the line.
Yeah, I think we're going to get a big dose of that on this series, though, Jerry.
Well, we're going to go like two possessions and be done with the quarter.
Right.
So,
number 17, Wilson Kirshner in the quarterback. Ty Sislevich getting some carries in at running back. Ty is usually his primary role is the holder on extra points.
And once again, a sophomore.
Good to see him out there getting some carries. Kirshner in at quarterback. Tauschus in motion. Sislevich again on the carry.
Very patient,
up the
looking
middle,
for his blocks.
trying to find a hole, but the defense able to close it down. Short gain.
I will say that Hale's playing inspired defense here up the middle. When we were getting the big holes, they've kind of closed those right now.
They have. 2 minutes to go here in the third quarter. Menomonee Falls, 3rd and 6.
I would try. I'd try something wide on this one, or maybe a pass to Owen Tauschus. That seems to work all the time.
Only when I call it, Jerry. Only
Oh,
when I
okay,
call it.
all right.
Well, let's go with Tauschus
Oh,
here.
yeah.
That would be a good opportunity. Kirshner on the snap. Pass goes out wide. Let's see where the spot is.
Well, I guess.
Ryland Bradford.
He
Owen
appears to
Tauschus
be
again.
right at the mark, and they will give him the first down. Menomonee Falls, first down.
I was talking to Owen's mom, Sally, last week, and they were pretty down the way the season was going. It was difficult for kids, the senior class, the way they were going. And he was hurt last year and really didn't get a junior year and then have the senior. He's kind of making up for a lot of that tonight. So
It's tough for the seniors, right? Of my herd of children, my son, who was an avid football player, his junior year, they had a great season. That was the Matt Henningsen senior year where they went up to Menasha and won the state playoff game.
Yep.
And, they had a great season. That was sort of the opening of Julius Davis. He is a sophomore, had a couple of big games at the end of the season. So as a junior, my son had a great ride. And then senior year, well, it wasn't a complete wash. It was a tough year for him his senior year. So it's as a parent, it's difficult to watch that. But you know what? If they're going out and they're working hard and you can find things to build on, you can find things to be positive about the season, you've got to use those.
And that's what this game is right now. This is a positive end to your home part of the season. It's homecoming night. You got your kings and queens. You got people from out of town. This is how you want to have a homecoming game, and it's just what the doctor ordered for this squad.
And to me, the messaging to those seniors is look at the growth that you've helped happen on this season.
Yep, that's right.
As the horn sounds, Menomonee Falls with the carry off the left side. Nico Patty on the carry on that one. So when we come back here with the fourth quarter, that was a fast-moving quarter, ladies and gentlemen.
That sure was.
We'll come back here in just a minute or two with the fourth quarter. Your score, Menomonee Falls 42, Nathan Hale 7. And you're watching Falls Cable Access, Spectrum Channel 14, YouTube Falls Cable Access. You can find our games played on there and also on Falls Cable Access's website. Join us whenever you can. Feel free to comment. We'd love to have the watchers chime in and let us know how the game's going, how they're enjoying themselves, and their opinion about how the teams are playing. All those are welcome and accepted. So thanks, everyone that's joining the conversation.
We also have the Bradley Wash Fountain sign there. That was a donation by them. Bradley's a local corporation. Many of my friends work over there, so we want to thank them. Other renovations recently was the soccer team just had their lights turned on. Eventually, they will move the score booth around so Marlon doesn't have to announce out the back door. And they're going to move the bleachers. They're going to change the entrance to the parking lot side by Ben Franklin and add a driveway there. So big changes going on all around Menomonee Falls.
3rd and 7 here for the Falls. Kirshner on the snap, looking to throw, and his pass is complete. And
I'm just going to say Smith.
Goodness.
I'm going to say that's Kane Smith, and I'll get his number. Just by body size.
Number 26, Aiden Smith.
There we go. I got that
flags
one.
on the field. Menomonee Falls. Touchdown.
Kane Smith has had a rough year. He's a heck of a basketball player. And Kane Smith, one of the big dudes. 6'7", 204, number 26. Kane Smith. Boy, he had those big long legs going down. He looked like a giraffe going down here.
So that's 4 touchdown passes for Kirshner tonight.
By our sophomore quarterback. I can't repeat that enough. Sophomore quarterback.
Aiden Martin on for the extra point, and it is good. So, change in possession coming up. 11:44 to go in the fourth quarter. Your score, Menomonee Falls 49.
Little tidbits here, Marlon. We made 7 straight extra points. High school kicking, that's phenomenal. I mean, you got the snap, you got the hold, you got the kick. And all that's got to happen. It's happened 7 times in a row.
It's actually, for sure, Jerry, happened 11 times in a row. I was looking at the stats from last week's game.
Okay. Oh.
Aiden hit all 4 of his extra points last week, too.
They had 28 points.
28 points
good.
against Brookfield East last week. So
Oh,
Aiden's
that's
on at least an 11 in a row extra point
And we
attempt
can
there.
almost ensure it's going to be a touchback here, right? So
He's probably close to that 90% range on touchbacks, too. So again, your score, Menomonee Falls 49, West Allis Nathan Hale 7. When Aiden Martin comes up here to kick with 11:44 to go in the fourth quarter, there will be 11 minutes, 44 seconds, and a running clock.
this has been a dominating performance. You were hoping they'd win. You hoped they'd play good. But this has been 49 points in a row.
Yeah, 49 unanswered points. Hale scored on their first possession, and the Falls has not looked back since.
That's right.
And honestly, Jerry, the Falls were an inch away from scoring on their first possession.
Yep.
First play, they went deep to Evan Redding over the top. Kirshner dropped it in the bucket on Redding, and Redding just couldn't hang on to it. He had 2 steps on his defender, and it would have been an easy 6 for the Falls on that play. So this could be a 56-7 game at this point in time.
Now let's hope it is real soon. All right, we got Aiden Martin back to kick again.
Aiden Martin kicks for the Falls.
Hale with their 3-man setup in the back again. Martin sends it away and then finds the end zone.
It's
You
been
would have won
landing
that
on the 1
bet.
or 2 yard line almost every time.
Yep. You would have won that bet there, Jerry.
20-yard line.
So I am Marlon Hestetune with Jerry Mislang, and you are watching Falls Cable Access here at Menomonee Falls High School. Friday night, October 8th. Friday night football, beautiful weather, and a 49-7.
1868.
49-7 lead
1968.
for Menomonee Falls over Nathan Hale Huskies. Luke Langer having a little fun at by co-patriots expense there.
Yeah, he said I graduated in 1868. But when I did graduate, the world was black and white in 1968. You had, in fact, the home games were at North on the field where the track is there, and the sound would vibrate off those concrete walls. That was a real home court advantage over there. Some great teams there, Danny Hart, Johnny Gross.
You guys played on gravel, too,
Terry
right?
Allsberger, just about.
Tyler Clark.
The track was cinders.
First pass swings it out to number 24, Owen Lytle.
Clark's pass complete to Owen Lytle.
Lytle dragged down by number 21, Derek Steinbrenner. Steinbrenner's been busy tonight.
He has been. He has
Called
been.
his
Him and
name a
Sam
few
Islands, right, have been all over the place. Nice. Now here's what's nice though, Marlon. They score, the clock keeps running.
That's right. We
got that. We got that cushion now.
Even if Hale puts it in the end zone, the running
Unless
clock
they
will
go for
continue.
2, which I would hope they would not do. Well, let's keep them out of the end zone. We don't have to worry about that.
10 minutes on the clock here in the fourth quarter. Tyler Clark taking the snap for Hale. Rolling out to his right, and he finds his primary target, number 2, Lucas Collins.
Inside Phoenix territory.
Collins has got to be coming
Coming up for the Falls by
close to double-digit catches tonight.
But a lot of these guys are looking gassed, I think. You're not getting that, you're not getting breaks there. They've been long drives. But they got the ball down in Phoenix territory. Ball's down on the 39.
First and 10 for the Huskies from the Menomonee Falls 39-yard line. Clark setting up in the backfield with Collins and Lytle in the backfield with him. Little swing pass out to Lytle. Finds a little bit of running room.
Lytle
I like more than one guy on the ball carrier.
Help from Tyson Levitch.
Driven out of bounds by Caleb Rainey on that play for Lytle. 2nd and 3 for the
Also help on
Huskies.
the play from Connor Criscio.
Yeah, we're starting to get some substitutes in there.
Yes, we are.
We got a junior in there, was Rainey, and Criscio is a senior. I give the coaching staff credit for that. I think
Levitch and Patty have both been
right.
called on this series.
I think our defensive line looks a little different here in the corner. Steven Scott is out.
Nice play there by the defense.
Swarming to the ball.
3 of the last 4 plays have been that little swing pass to the running back. Time to shut that down like they did right there.
Brought down by Jack Tate. Help from Mason Holstead.
Jack Tate, first time we've heard his name called tonight. Number 30 for the Phoenix. Huskies moving fast to the line.
Well, they're
Third and 4.
Back to their 3-man team here.
Another pass complete out to number 2, Collins.
I think they're doing it maybe in an illegal formation, or I'm hearing the coaches next to us getting all worked up about something. Either our guy's not sliding down or their guy's sliding down illegally. But
Yeah,
that's why we have replay. We can always, at home, we can run this back and check it out.
it's interesting that formation. You know, I know that like the tackle has to be covered up on the end, right? You know, how do you make that happen when you only got 3 guys out there? That's formation that. But now they're back
Now
to the
they're back
standard.
yeah.
Standard 4-man.
But on the right, look at the gap on the right side.
Yeah.
That's just a huge gap.
4 receivers spread out wide for Clark. Looks like
He
he's
ain't
going to
going
keep
nowhere.
it.
He's going nowhere.
Way to cut the ball off, not let him get much out of it. And again, as we said earlier on the last drive, we'll let them run 2, 3, 4 yards. They can.
5 minutes ago on this guy, and he looked right there. He was staring at 5 burgundy jerseys.
Yeah.
He was going nowhere.
Yeah, all he saw.
Nowhere
was
but
Burgundy.
down.
Quentin Piper.
Second and let's call it 5 there for second and 6 according to the scoreboard. Here for the Huskies from the Menomonee Falls 19-yard line.
Well, I did order a pizza be delivered up here. I'm keeping my eyes out for Domino's to pull up.
Clark on the snap, rolling right, and again finds his way back out to number 2, Collins.
I see Collins there. It looks like he doesn't want to get hit. He looks like he's just covering himself up. Like, here they come. A good receiver, but he got up real slow before. I think he's dinged up. He's hanging in there, but
Yeah, he's walking slow back to the huddle.
Yep.
But again, he's got to have close to 10 catches, which means he was tackled and hit that many times.
That's true.
Plus the blocking, plus he plays D-line.
Good point.
He's put in an effort tonight. Clark takes a snap.
That might make it. No.
Swings it out to number 13, Reese McGowan. Pass is complete. Good for a Husky first down. It's going to set up 1st and goal inside the 5-yard line here for the Huskies.
You got 5:40 to go. Once again, it's a running clock because they've got the lead.
Covered up for
The lead is over 35.
1st and goal Huskies at the Falls 2-yard line.
See what they pull out of the old bag here. Clark,
I think he's going to take it himself. I got that feeling.
Lytle in at running back.
Yeah.
Taking the snap
He's
from
gonna
under center. He hasn't
take
done that very
himself
much
to
tonight.
Right
so.
side there. He's going to. Well, maybe not. Right side though.
Fakes
Oh,
the
no.
handoff to Lytle.
Whoa!
Pass is complete to McGowan.
Wide
The
open,
Huskies
number
touchdown.
13, Reese McGowan. Nathan Hale, touchdown. See here if they're going to try to stop the clock and go for 2, or are they going to...
Yeah, Ricky hasn't put the 6 on yet, so it's. You're right. You're right. They could get more time back. No, they're going to kick it, Marlon.
Yeah,
Good
they're
point,
going
though.
to kick it. Number 32, Lepianka on to attempt the extra point. Lepianka's kick is up and good. So 5:05 to go with the kickoff coming up. Your score, Menomonee Falls 49, West Allis Nathan Hale 14. Falls about to get the ball back.
Yeah, I want to talk a little bit about the future. We've talked about the sophomores. We got so many sophomore starters. Got some juniors out there. The freshman class, from what I've seen, has a lot of real skill players. Quarterback, running backs, wide receivers, linebackers, safeties. Not saying our defensive, offensive linemen aren't that good because they won a lot of games, but there are some real skill players on those teams. Now, you take this class from last year, who was dominant, that freshman class with these sophomores. They were dominant in their freshman league. You put those guys together, their senior year, with this class, their junior year, the future's very bright here for Menomonee Falls. I always say this happened with the softball team. There's 2 really good freshmen on that team. And I said, this will be my last year doing this. I'm not going to announce anymore. But it's like The Godfather. You say you're going to quit, and they suck you back in. And I love seeing the kids come up, freshmen, sophomores, and develop and come along.
You know, what's interesting on that, Jerry, and it's fun to watch those games and try to put, an idea behind it, but so much can change, too. I remember, again, I only have my point of reference to go from. My son, who graduated in 2018, as freshmen, they were undefeated until the last game of the year. And then they went and they played Brookfield Central the last week of the year, and they got smushed. It was like a 35-0 game. And then the next year, they came out and won 28-7 against the Brookfield Central junior varsity team. So, I mean, the dynamic changes year to year with these guys, because these young men grow so much from freshman to sophomore to junior that Lepianka's kick is...
Oh, well, this could be interesting.
Still
interesting. Is it Reading? They're blowing the whistle. I think he went back in the end zone. I think it was...
We've got a little altercation going on up here, you guys. Up at midfield, we've got
Marlon's on the return. Penalty flags on the field.
We don't name names here. We won't do that.
No. Little
We'll just
altercation at midfield, though, between
boys will be boys.
A disgruntled Hale player and a probably slightly over-enthusiastic Phoenix player. We'll see what this amounts to.
I don't think they want to kick it over. The Western wanted to, because the ball was fielded, and then the problem started. So
that was interesting. Marlon's doing a bit of dancing there in the back, in the end zone and around the short yardage lines.
What does Tom Paley always sing? The waiting is the hardest part? Or Shaka Khan, tell me something good? Or what's the other group think? Stuck in the middle with you?
Steelers wheels,
yeah, Steelers wheels. Stuck in the middle with you. But they want to get it right. So they're taking their time. They're going through what they're going to do.
Yeah, I'm wondering if we might not see a couple of young men removed from the rest of the game tonight. Not that it's that long, but...
and there could be repercussions on that where you have to sit out a half of the next game. So in our case, it wouldn't matter much, but a team that might be bound for the playoffs, it could be a difference. They have got the ball spotted back there on the 6-yard line, though, Marlon. Well, Coach Regis Smith is calling his team in.
Looks like the kicking team, the kickoff coverage team might be going back out.
You're right, going back out.
Perhaps the offsetting penalties will do it all again.
Just when you thought you're going to be out of here, they suck you back in.
All right, let's see what Mr. Official has to say to us here. Personal foul Hale. Personal foul Menomonee Falls.
Personal foul penalties against both teams.
Oh, he did over his shoulder, like they've been tossed.
Yeah, I was wondering about that.
Re-kick.
Yeah, he gave a signal with his arm.
I think both players have been ejected. Again, we're not going to worry about the who's or the what's or the how's. Just we had a little bit of head-to-head contact, and the officials took care of it.
In case you're wondering, that's our head coach, Dan Lutz, down there on the 50-yard line. He's motioning them where to go. I wonder if they would be willing to try an onside kick. Get the ball back.
You'd think they'd rather run offense than defense right now.
Yeah, right. So, try an onside kick.
And you got to think.
They're only covering half the field.
You got to think.
They've done this all game long, though.
With 4 minutes left, just under 4 minutes left, the Falls is probably going to be rather minimalistic on offense, right? You're not going to see any more Evan Reddings down the sidelines and things like that.
Well, Marlon, I'll admit, I don't know what that word means. So, and I know without a spell checker, I couldn't spell it. But I'll take your word for it.
Thanks, Jerry. I appreciate it. That's
we're not here for a long time. We're here for a good time. That goes out to Almash.
All right. Huskies kick upcoming, and they will not. Oh, off the hand.
That's a muff.
Into
That's
the
a
end
muff.
zone. That'll be
as soon as
muff, which will bring it out as a touchback.
Menomonee
Menomonee Falls 1st and 10 from their own 20-yard line. 3:51 and counting on the clock. Your score: Menomonee Falls 49, West Allis Nathan Hale 14.
And those numbers are right, folks. You're not seeing anything unusual. That's right.
So, all right, let's think about this a little bit. West Allis Nathan Hale came into the game 3-4 overall, 2-3 in conference.
They needed this win.
They need
They
a
need
win
it,
in the
yeah,
last
yeah.
2 weeks, so
Yeah.
this puts the pressure big time on them next week.
I wouldn't start seeing some chippiness here.
Yeah, I worry about that.
I'm seeing it looks already now. We've got number 67 in. Keith Youngs is in there. He's a junior.
Bobby Conroy,
66. Nathan Kajawa, he's a senior. He's in there.
35, who's that guy? That is Zach Deutscher. He's a senior. So Coach Lutz is basically emptying his bench. He's getting his seniors in there and giving them some action.
which is a great move on Coach Lutz's part.
Yep.
Bobby Conroy in at running back behind Kirshner. First time I've seen him all year, honestly.
Yep.
And I don't think I've called his name in any of the games so far. So
He's a
nice
good
to see
ball
him
player.
getting some
Yep.
action. Definite different body type than Jake Grenier at running back. Conroy on the carry, trying to find a hole to
Up the
squirt
middle
through.
there, yep.
He is wrapped up and brought down by number 26, Zach Drake Unholtz. So it must be a conscious choice by Hale to run the different running back in the second half. Because
Evidently.
Unholtz was out there. That was
Unless
just.
he's hurt, but you're right.
Well, but he was right there on that
he
play.
was. Okay.
So
All right. I see Mason Holsteth is in. He's a sophomore. Number 82.
3rd and 7 here for the Phoenix. From their own 23-yard line, just under 2 minutes to go. Kirshner ready to take the snap.
And they'll run this, there's no doubt.
Three
He's letting the
receivers.
clock go down.
And a false start.
If you watch the referee, the quarterback be looking at the referee, waiting for a signal when I think there's 5 seconds left or
Correct.
something.
Yep.
He touches his helmet or something like that. So as the quarterback is standing up, he's looking at the referee for the signal of when there's 5 seconds left. Let the clock run down. In this case, it's running right now.
Honestly, the false start just bought Menomonee Falls another 30 seconds or so to run off the clock. So
Think about it. Do it again. And they would have to. They should decline it. By them accepting it, that was kind of a mistake.
So 3rd and 12 for the Phoenix from their own 17-yard line.
I was watching. Are the ref signaled? Penalty flag again. This could be it. We'll have one more play.
You wonder, Jerry, if maybe it wasn't a on-purpose accident there.
It could be.
So 45 seconds to go here. You are watching Falls Cable Access. I'm Marlon Hestetune. Jerry Mislang joining me tonight here in the booth as we call this evening's homecoming game here at Menomonee Falls High School, the home of the Phoenix. Your score, Menomonee Falls 49, West Allis Nathan Hale 14. Homecoming senior night. What a great victory.
It was. And working up here, from where I'm sitting, I can't see the field. I can see from the 20-yard line in. I've been watching this monitor. This camera crew has done a phenomenal job tonight, giving us everything we wanted to see. Everything could work right off this screen, and I'm hoping everyone out there enjoyed it. And as we're getting a big ovation here for the, as we tick down, and this game is history.
You are correct. As we hear the siren going off with that last snap. And your final score. Your final score, Menomonee Falls 49, West Allis Nathan Hale Huskies 14. What a huge homecoming victory, senior night victory, and just a cap to the season, which has been a tough season for this whole Phoenix team. So congratulations to them to pull it together for this final home game of the year.
And it was nice to see Owen Tauchus, a senior, catching, Caden Smith getting a touchdown. Sam Mylands had just a heck of a game. Seeing those guys, and then seeing the sophomores, Kirshner, the growth in him. I love those big offensive linemen, Byer and Stephen Scott. Just a great team effort. Nobody got hurt. They did just a great job. So
yeah, it was a terrific game. Yeah. Everyone looked good from beginning to end. I mean, even as we've talked about a couple of times, the opening pass from Kirshner to Redding was a beautiful pass. It just went off Evan's hands, which happens, right? He followed it up with another one, and then he hit Tauchus on the long one, hit Redding on another long one, and then the defense just first drive getting pushed down the field like it was nothing, and just closing the door. And the Huskies not able to put another offensive drive together until the subs started coming in for Menomonee Falls.
Those 2 4th down conversions, we just thought,
it's going to be simple for them. You know, it was 4th and 3, 4. It was one was at like the 35-yard line. Their own next one was at the 44-yard line. They weren't afraid to go for it, and I thought this doesn't bode well.
No, and once the Falls figured out their gimmick lineups and their gimmick line sets and everything, the defense just did their job.
I'm going to ask you, Marlon, when they went to that 3-man line and stuff, if that took the momentum away from West Allis Hale, what they were doing was good. They went to that little gimmick thing. It worked for like 2 plays, and after that, it didn't work at all.
Right. It worked the first time the Falls saw it, right?
Yeah,
It worked on those couple of plays down around the goal line, down in the red zone, on that first drive. And then once they saw it and were able to understand what it was happening, it went away. There was, there was a couple scrambles off it and a couple things like that. But
like
there was
broken plays.
There was nothing, progressively moving with that when they did that. So
these guys been up here a long time. Are you ready to take down? I'm not going to say anything except it was a pleasure working with you. I thought we did a great job, but I always think we do a great job. And so I'm going to let you close out this broadcast, Marlon.
Thanks, Jerry. Yeah, here we are, Menomonee Falls High School. Your final score, once again, Menomonee Falls 49, West Allis Nathan Hale 14. You've been watching Falls Cable Access, Spectrum Channel 14, hopefully watching us live on YouTube tonight. Thanks for joining us, folks. I am Marlon Hestetune, joined by Jerry Mislang. Jerry, great job tonight. Thank you. For our crew, thank you, and great job, guys, on the camera works and everything. And we will see you next football season, because next week is an away game for the Phoenix, and then that's the end of the regular season. So once again, Falls Cable Access, bringing you live football here at Menomonee Falls High School. Thanks again, everybody, and good night.